Hello, CFA Nation, Gabe.
Nick.
And we are here today to bring you another installment of Cricket Convos. And since we're on CFA Nation, I am now back to the Night Watchman, not the Night Watchman. I hope you didn't get that joke, all right? The Dark Knight. You know what? I'm sold. I was reading the comments yesterday and people are loving your wood puns. I'm like, you're horrible. How do they love the puns? So I'm going to start doing the puns too. I don't know.
Wow. You can't beat them, Jordan?
I'm stealing your thing. I'm stealing your thing with the puns, all right?
I love it. I love it. So we are here to talk about the England T20 World Cup squad, the announcement that just came down hours ago. Yesterday on this channel, we talked about the India squad selection. So we're going to jump right into this, the England squad, T20 squad. Now, full disclosure, I've seen a lot more England tests than I have the limited format, limited overs. And so we're going to do the best we can. Most of these guys, I recognize their name, obviously. But we're really counting on you in the comment section to let us know what are the biggest snubs that we don't mention. But, Gabe, do you want to go ahead and mention these guys?
All right. So the England squad, you have the captain, Owen Morgan. Moeen Ali, absolutely makes sense. Johnny Bairstow, Sam Billings, Josh Butler, Sam Curran, Chris Jordan, Liam Livingstone, of course, Dwight Manan, your boy Nick, all right, Tamil Mills. You love that kid. Adil Rashad, Jason Roy, David Willey, Chris Wokes, Captain England.
Captain England, baby. There you go.
You know, that's your boy. And one Mark Wood. They also reserves have one of your favorite players.
Don't even think about it.
Tom Curran. You think that's like honestly, do you think it's like a 2-for-1? Like, okay, so if we got to put Sam on the club, we at least got to make Tom a reserve. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to deal with the mom and dad backlash, you know.
Oh man, and you figure if they still live in the same house, then you don't got to worry about any kind of COVID restrictions or anything like that, right? They're already exposed to each other, so there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason.
You know that Tom Curran, it's like the boys from Home Improvement, the two oldest boys. You know, John Taylor Thomas always got the better treatment. You know, Sam Curran gets the better treatment. He gets the better bed. He gets the better room. He gets the better food. TC, go on the porch.
Bro, he gets a big piece of chicken, all right? Sam Curran, Tom Curran gets like the mutton. He gets what's left, all right? Liam Dawson and James Vince, all right? So I'm pretty much familiar with all these players. We've seen them either in the the 100, right? We've seen them in T20, many of them in the IPL as well. And I'll tell you right now, Nick, there's some omissions. One of them here, I understand, but I'm going to let you talk about those. But I'm worried. I am worried. And let me tell you why, bro. Because first and foremost, CFA Nation came to our rescue and said, guys, it is a tournament-style bracket. So you got to get out of your pool. Only 2 teams get out of your pool. And my West Indies, it's like America, right? In the World Cup every 4 years. You know we're in the bracket of death. You know it. They always stick us over there with the monsters, all right? I'm saying, I'm done with Germany. I'm done with Germany. Gosh, it drives me crazy. They stick us with Germany. They stick us with Brazil all the time. It's a bracket of death to get out of there, right? And now it's like they stick my West Indies in the bracket of death. You got to get through England. They're the second best team, if not the third best team, following India. You got to stick us with South Africa. I already call them as one of my dark horses. So right off the bat, only 2 of those 3 are gonna get out. My bracket's a nightmare. So I'm frustrated with this pairing. And Nick, I am worried because England, especially the white ball, they can absolutely rake. This is where Johnny Bairstow really shines. And this is not even a full English team. If they had the full English team, I might as well just right now just be packing it in, take my West Indies hat.
He's already given up.
Oh my gosh.
You just realized that yesterday you mushed your West Indies already. Someone in the comment section said, Gabe, you just mushed like 4 teams before the tournament started. It's hilarious.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, the guys I'm excited about right here. First of all, I don't see a vice captain anywhere. I'm not sure what's going on there. But the guys I'm excited about that maybe you wouldn't traditionally think you're excited about. Sam Billings and David Willey. I'm going to start with those 2 guys, especially David Willey. I've seen this guy get wickets in bunches at times and score some runs. So he could be potentially very dangerous. Obviously, Chris Wokes, and this is in the UAE. So it looks like they're bringing my boy Chris Wokes away from England because they know they can't leave him off the squad. So I love that. Mark Wood, he would be on this squad.
I was waiting for that.
Liam Livingstone and guys like, where's it at? Tamal Mills. I'm sure they play in first-class cricket, domestic leagues in England. But we saw those guys, to your point, in the 100. And it's cool to see that they got some love right here on this squad. Obviously, some big omissions are there for understandable reasons. We got Josh Butler in there, so his paternity leave is not going to last into World Cup, so that's good for them. This is a very, very good squad. You're right. Very, very solid squad. The only issue I have, besides maybe a Chris Wilkes, the only issue I have is I don't see any huge boppers, any sloggers out there, any guys that's just like, oh, he makes me really, really scared. Because even Owen Morgan, their captain, we have seen him in other leagues not even be a shadow of himself. So They have a lot of really, really good players. They have a squad that can get the championship, no problem. They won the World Cup in ODI a few years ago with some similar guys in this squad.
Right.
But do you see any guys on here that are just like matchup nightmares or guys that you're worried about? Okay,
I absolutely do. First and foremost, Johnny Bairstow, and I hate him with a passion. But Johnny Bairstow, especially in limited formats, bro, it's because he's not expected to be out there forever. He kind of plays freely, and that's when he plays it at his best, bro. And as much as I give him flack, bro, you've seen it. This guy could bust out a 50. This guy could bust out 100 on you. No questions asked, all right? All right? You've got your boy Josh Butler, who can also put up a huge pile of numbers in a short amount of time. Milan, do I got to say any more? Milan is an absolute savage with the stick. All right. And I think the big thing is your boy, Chris Wokes. Chris Wokes always seems to go out, and it's even in limited formats, bro. He gives you 20, 30. Remember, this is T20. All right. $160, $180, maybe you're not at the UAE, maybe there'll be Sharjah will give up 200, which I doubt they're going to play the championship games there. But you know what I'm saying, dude? Please. So $180 will do it, man. So you just need, 3 or 4 of these guys to go, to give you 20s and 30s, and one guy to give you a 50. And to me, that's Johnny Bairstow, not to mention Moeen Ali, who in limited formats, I mean, CSK, there's a reason why CSK, when the IPL stopped, were in the second spot. That's right, the second spot. Moeen Ali, with his spin, with his ability to play spin, is so good. And I think that's going to be even a bigger note because India has a team full of spinners, right? They've got like 3 seamers, and then the rest of Indian squad are pretty much all spinners. Even they're all rounders and spinners, so it's very interesting. I think that's one of the criticisms I'm going to give to this team right now when I talk about it. But not enough spinners. But I think we talked about that. England does not produce quality spinners. Where's Dom Bess, right? Everybody's like, Dom Bess is the luckiest spinner ever because the guy is trash. He lucks himself into wickets.
Anywhere.
They cannot eat exactly. So he's and when you look at this squad, they've got Abdul Rashid, right? Which we saw him in the 100. So he's there to give you some spin. And then we've got Moeen Ali. To my knowledge, that's it. None of these other guys are spinners. So I don't know, bro. I just don't know. And I think that's their weakness. I think they don't have a spinner and playing in UAE. That's going to be a disadvantage. And as you can see, no Archer. Archer is deadly. All right. Go back to the IPL in 2019, 2020 season or whatnot. Archer gets more wickets than anyone, especially in the power play in the beginning. He breaks those opening partnerships, right? And Archer's gone, bro. And we said this. We're worried for his career. We're not sure when he's going to come back. So I think that's an issue. Mark Wood has more pace than Archer. And to a lot of people's point, he's better than Archer. You know what the problem with Mark Wood is? He's also injured. Be honest. How many games you think he's going to play? How many games? Not every. I guarantee you, he ain't playing every one. And if I were England,
probably every other.
Yeah, every other. If I'm England, I'm just trying to get, manage him to get to, you know what I'm saying? Or get out of group play and then get to the playoff or however they call it, and then get to that championship. You definitely want him ball in the championship, but you can't ride this guy for consecutive games, man. So I mean, England's batting is amazing. The boppers are there. To me, what's not there is the bowling. And this is why I'm saying, Nick, I think England has maybe the best white ball team. I'm a West Indies fan, but I got to be candid. Maybe as good as India, because India's squad is really good, or maybe better, because this is a team with no Alex Hale. That's a huge omission. Somebody tell me why he's not on this team. Everybody's like, well, he won't be on the test team because he's not a test player. All right, now you're telling me he's not a T20 player. So what kind of player is he? Because we've seen this guy rake. We've seen him rake, all right? I don't understand that omission. And Ben Stokes, guys, we know what's going on with him, mental health. But if they had Ben Stokes and Alex Hale on this team, show me where the free wicket is, other than Johnny Bairstow. Show me.
Gosh.
Show me.
In the same video, you mentioned Bairstow as the most dangerous batsman and the easiest wicket. You are out of control. You got it. I mean, John Campbell's somewhere sitting there like, oh,
Thank
man,
God.
this is so good. I can breathe again for a few days until Nick just brought him up. Yeah, Ben Stokes, that's a huge omission. Archer, another huge omission as well. But, I mean, it seems like lack of spin depth has always been England's issue. And we'll see how it works on these slower pitches in the UAE. Some of them are slower pitches, obviously. We'll see how that plays out and what happens there. But it's a squad, if you're an England fan, that you got to feel pretty good about. You know, it's a squad, like I said, ODI at least, they got you a championship, a World Cup not too long ago. So, you know, the leadership knows how to lead, and they'll see how they do in there. They might get some tough matchups. Man, I mean, they could get some glorious matchups with some of these teams, the way it's lining up in just those two groups right there after Group A and B are done. You could have some serious games right there, and it's all about who's going to give you that best performance, who's going to give you that best bowling performance to help you get past some of those juggernauts early on if you have to play some of those guys. But looks like a good squad. Like you said, not as strong as India, in my opinion. But this is definitely a competitive squad.
Give me your playing 11.
Why do you do this to me?
I love it.
Owen Morgan, obviously. So we got Moeen Ali, Bairstow, Butler. I'm going to throw Chris Jordan in there for his death bowling. I'm going to put Liam Livingstone in there. I'm not even paying attention to bowlers and batsmen. I should be. That's 6. Milan is a T20 specialist, 7. Adil Rashid, 8. Chris Wokes, baby, 9. I'm going to throw one of David Willey, 10. And probably a Sam Curran as the all-rounder, but that's so much pace.
You're insane.
So much pace. Maybe a Mills instead of Sam Curran. There's just, oh, man.
So you're leaving out Mark Wood, the guy with the most pace? I mean, and we agree he's not going to play.
Can I have a chance? He's going to be injured, right? Am I going to have a choice?
He would be injured. Why? You got me doing it now. Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
Glorious.
Oh, man.
Those are, I think, are the best 11 playing, but I didn't even pay attention to how many bowlers I picked.
Right. So, I mean, here we go. Owen Morgan for sure. He's going to be the captain. Josh Butler will probably be vice captain. Then Johnny Bairstow. All right. Johnny Bairstow will not be keeping because Josh Butler's in. And Nick, just you mentioned that, oh, he's going to make it. Bro, Josh Butler's going to make it to the next England test match. That's right. You heard it. I'm not going to say you heard it here first, but Nick heard it here first. I read that last night. I read that last night that Joe Root said that Josh Butler will be back on the side. He will be keeping. Funny thing is, he said, oh, yeah, Josh Butler will be back and he'll be keeping. Like, don't even pretend Bairstow's going to be behind the wickets, all right? He'll be keeping. Wow. Exactly. It was so funny when I heard the interview. But Owen Morgan, Johnny Bairstow, and Josh Butler. Then I'm probably going to go with David Milan. That's my 4th batsman. And I really like Jason Roy. All right. That's my 5th batsman. Then this is where it gets really tricky. I'm going to have to start going with all-rounders at this point because Moeen Ali has to be in this side. They don't have spin. They don't have spin. And this is the UAE, which another thing I'm concerned about, Nick, is that this is after the IPL. Remember what happened in the CPL when all those tracks slowed down because all the games were played there at 3 venues? Well, now you're going to go the IPL. I think it's 31 games. And then right after that, the T20 championship, tournament. These tracks are going to be tired. They're going to be spent. Oh my gosh. I know at least we're getting it. But what I'm saying is what's going to happen to these tracks? They're going to be really slow. There's going to be a lot of spin. So Moeen Ali's definitely got to be in there, right? To me, there's no question. So that's 6. And then you got to put Abdul Rashid because he's another spinner. That's 7. At that, and to me, that's the issue because you only 6 batting deep. You're probably going to put in another batsman. I don't know, man. Liam Livingstone or Sam Billings. See, they're not none of them are my favorite. I'd probably say Liam Livingstone. So at least you have 7 legit batsmen, and then you're gonna go with Mark Wood, of course, Chris Wilkes, which is the other all-rounder that can bat. Chris Jordan, the bowling to death, and then Sam Curran because he played in the UAE for CSK and he was their best player. He knows the conditions. But again, the biggest weakness right now is the lack of a legit spinner behind Moeen Ali, and they don't have that depth. So if one of those spinners get hurt or is just not fit to play, they're done. Because there's no way maybe you survive with 2, but with 1 spinner in the lineup in the UAE, there's no way.
Yeah, you make some great points. It's a good starting 11. I think I don't have Jason Roy as high as you do, but that's okay. You know, different opinions and whatnot. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this squad? Are you excited about it? Especially those England fans. Let us know your thoughts. What did we get wrong? What did we get right? Don't forget to let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
That's 6 runs. Off of Jordan in the depth. Get it out of here.
Crazy.